up in the morning edition, the Minister of Finance leads a delegation for compliance discussions. A family continues to search for a relative who crashed at sea. And veterans celebrate the 100th anniversary of World War II. It's the beginning of yet another week. Good morning to all of you. I'm LaDawn Davis, and this is the Morning Edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Although the 2018 hurricane season for the Bahamas has been a quiet one, that silence may be interrupted by a tropical depression within its remaining 18 days. Joining us live in studio here on the Morning Edition to tell us more about that depression is Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Basil, good morning, and what's happening out there?
Good morning, LaDawn. Our satellite pictures are indicating that we have a very broad area of showers and thunderstorms taking place just to the north and east of the Leeward Islands. And computer models are all suggesting that this system has about a 30% chance of developing in the short term. That's over about a 2-day period. But as times wear on, over 5 days, that bumps up to about 70%, meaning that it could be a problem for us by the middle of the week as the tracking is taking it westward and hopefully in the northwest, in the southeast Bahamas, pardon me, by Wednesday thereabout. And again, our computer models are suggesting that this system will turn towards the north and eventually northeast over the southeast Bahamas. And should that happen, well, we in the northwest could be spared. However, that's not certain, so we'll have to remain in a state of readiness, and we will continue to monitor this over the next several days and keep you abreast of its development. But outside of our studios, we have partly cloudy skies, temperature around 75 degrees, your relative humidity 88%, east-southeast winds at 7 miles per hour, your barometric pressure 1,018.4 millibars, that's 30.07 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning: 76 in Marsh, Harbour, Abaco, also Greentoll Key, Freeport at 76, the Berry Island 79, 80 degrees in Alistown, Bimini, in Harbour Island, 79 also in Roxanne, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cat Island at 80, 78 in Staniel Key, also Kemps Bay, St. Andrews at 78, Fresh Creek, Central Andrews, 79 degrees in San Salvador and Rum Key. It is 80 degrees, 80s also in Clownstown, Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay, Maguana, Acklands, Ragged Island as well, Matutani, Nagua, 79, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 82 degrees. Your boating forecast for today: easterly winds at 15 to 20 knots in the northwest Bahamas, so we're asking boaters to exercise extreme caution. Wave heights 4 to 6 feet over the ocean. High tide 10:46 this morning, low tide at 5:19 in the afternoon. For the central and southeastern islands today, easterly winds as well, stronger still at 15 to 25 knots. Very rough sea conditions at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean, so advisories are in place for boaters in the central and southeastern Bahamas. And that's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Meanwhile, traffic reporter Sieska Adderley is standing by with traffic police on Shirley Street in front of the Princess Margaret Hospital to talk about road checks and traffic fatalities. Good morning, Sieska.
Good Monday morning, one and all. It is the start of another work week, and this morning's traffic report, we're coming to you live from Shirley Street, just in front of the Princess Margaret Hospital's critical care block, and there is a reason for that. Joining us live to tell us why we are here is Sergeant Jerron Thompson from the Traffic Division. Good morning, Sergeant Thompson. How are you?
Good morning to you. Good morning, Bahamas. On Saturday, the 3rd of November, around 1:50 a.m., we had an accident in United Estates in San Salvador, where we had a 2-car collision. Some of the persons were airlifted to the capital for medical attention. One of the persons would have passed yesterday morning. We have a team of officers from the Traffic Division that are traveling to San Salvador today to assist with investigations with respect to that fatality.
Okay, now do you assume, or is it safe to assume, that speed could have been a factor? Because traffic is not really an issue or a challenge for residents on the Family Islands. It's pretty much an open road, so could you say that speed might have been the cause?
Well, in respect to this particular accident, I really don't know all the facts. And it's too early to say because we are in the initial stages of the investigation.
But back here in the capital, where there is heavy traffic, the police presence from your division is very strong. In particular, you guys do operations and road checks. Speak to that and the significance and the importance of doing so.
Well, when we do our road checks and our operations, is to enforce the rules and regulations of the law. We have a number of persons who shouldn't be driving. These are persons who would drink and drive or use drugs. These are persons who are not insured to be driving. And these are some wanted persons who was wanted by police for various offenses as far as murder. And also persons who do not possess a driver's license. When we do our speed checks or our operations, especially persons who do not possess driver's license and insurance, we would impound your car until the owner arrives, so we could also report the owner for various offenses. We need operations, and you should see our enforcement efforts increasing coming down to the holidays, because we know that various establishments, from Thanksgiving, they start to have a lot of parties. And, persons, they don't know their limit, and they want to get behind the wheel and operate a vehicle, and that is an absolute no-no. We have to enforce our laws to keep these type of persons off the street.
All right, thank you so much, Sergeant Thompson. He just wants to remind you that while accidents may happen, do what you can to ensure that they are reduced to a minimum. Back to you in the studio, LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Sieska. A successful meeting for the Bahamas with the European Commission and the Organization for Economic Cooperation. The high-level dialogue led by Minister of Finance, the Honorable Peter Turnquest, allowed the government to outline its commitment on tax governance and compliance. The Bahamas also pointed out its strong stance to meet the December 31st deadline on tax stipulations by the European Union. However, it was noted that the Bahamas should be given consideration due to the challenges the jurisdiction faces in implementing the extensive tax reforms within such a short time frame. Now, following the talks, the Minister of Finance summed up that dialogue has been productive, and he indicated that the Europeans now have a greater understanding that the Bahamas has always been focused on protecting the integrity of the financial jurisdiction. In other news this morning, it's been 4 days since a plane went down in waters off western New Providence, and still no signs of the pilot or the aircraft. But as the search continues, his loved ones remain hopeful of his safe return, and so this morning they're calling on authorities to intensify their efforts. Sieska Adderley reports.
Agnes Ferguson got a call that no parent wants to receive, that something terrible had happened to her child. The plane her second eldest son was flying had crashed in waters off Love Beach, seemingly without a trace. But she and her family remain hopeful that Byron is alive. On Sunday, his brother Ashton, surrounded by loved ones at the suspected crash site, often breaking down in tears, shared with reporters what he understands to have occurred on that fateful Thursday night.
He encountered difficulties about 40 miles off of the coast with his dog. He radioed as such into the air traffic control. I think about 15 miles again, he contacted again with engine problems. His friend who was supposed to collect him from the airport, he texted him a message to let him know that he needs to track the plane. I have such, so he was aware that, probably this plane is gonna have some issues and he was gonna, have to do something. We understand that the last contact that the air traffic control had with him was 2 miles out, and when they lost him.
The initial search began that night, but was called off at around midnight until daybreak the following day. The Fergusons also began their efforts, which to date has been unsuccessful.
We had jet skis out the next morning. We've been out in a boat. We scoured the key off Life and Key by boat. We walked it.
We come from a community with a lot of boaters and divers, so we rallied around our community.
But they're not giving up.
We just praying, we don't want to lose a boat, but at the same time, I hope I brought out their suffering.
We're not giving up.
Byron's wife, Anya, is anxiously awaiting his return.
I'm sure he's out there. I'm not giving up on my husband, and I don't expect anyone out here to give up on him. He's going to be returned home to us alive, and that's my final everything. He's going to be here.
And as the search continues, the Fergusons call on authorities to do everything in their power to find Byron. C.S. Gatterly, ZNS Network News.
Very touching story there, Sieska. Also making news, residents on Crooked Island already benefiting from the government's water improvement project currently underway on that southern island. Fern Carey reports.
The multi-million-dollar water improvement project on Crooked Island progressing well. Service Maintenance Manager for Water and Sewerage on Crooked Island, Julian Bonnaby, says new pipes have been installed to improve the quality of the water, which has been an ongoing challenge for residents.
They came and they asked me to figure out a way where we could put in some 1.5-inch poly pipes, and that's what has been done, and to relieve that rusty pipes, because the rusty water was there for about 90 to 100 years, and people were just complaining and getting their clothes messed up. So that had relieved them for the present time until the new system comes in.
Now, construction of a new water plant on Crooked Island is still underway. Bonnaby provided an update on the work.
This is 8 tanks, 5,000 gallons each. I haven't filled because of the hurricane. You know, they locked them down. But actually, they will be feeding into the RO plant. And the RO plant has a pressurized tank, which will pressurize it through the lines. But this will take care of kind of little Cabbage Hill all the way up to Winding Bay.
Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
The Bahamian heroes who fought in World War I 100 years ago honored for their sacrifice and courage on Sunday. Remembrance Day activities began with a church service honoring past and present veterans and law enforcement officers. An act of penitence allowed the congregation to repent of their sins, and homage was paid to war veterans and those of all law enforcement agencies who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country in the line of duty. And Deaf Awareness Week kicks off today under the theme, My Heart, My Hands, My Voice. Organizers are hoping the week would allow the public to hear the voices of the deaf in this country, feel their heart, and hear their heartbeat. They are also seeking more employment and other opportunities for the deaf. The week of activities will include several talent and fashion shows and a fun run walk. And you're looking at a live shot of the Nassau Harbor courtesy of the ZNS Tower Cam here on Rusty Bethel Drive. Stay close, the Morning Edition continues right after this.
We live in a hurricane zone, so safety, security, and protection of our homes and businesses is very important. That's why We Buy, You Sell, the Hurricane Impact Window and Door Specialists, offers 100% fully laminated hurricane impact windows and doors designed to withstand all category storms. Our prices are 30 to 50% lower than our competitors. We also sell porcelain, mosaic, and plank tiles. Visit our showroom and let our trained, certified staff cater to your needs. We Buy, You Sell, located number 163 Robinson Road in the old Hasties building. Call 324-6427 or 698-1141. Don't get blown away this hurricane season. Visit us today.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. Bahamian men between the ages of 40 to 60 are allegedly tapping into the natural juice brand and are sharing their stories about the impact the contents of the natural ingredients are having on the many ailments they are challenged with. In the conclusion of this two-part series on natural living, the men you are about to hear from are encouraging more Bahamian men to follow them on their journey to wellness.
I've been getting the vitamin and mineral juice. Prior to that, I used to have tingling in my foot.
Well, natural juice, it become a perfect thing in my life.
50-year-old Randy Lundy and 55-year-old Alfred Bullard have been drinking natural juices from Donna Flowers for many years, and they both agree that drinking the natural juices has steadily decreased the number of doctor's visits.
2 months ago, a gentleman went to the doctor for a checkup, and he discovered that 2 of his kidneys are gone. And so I said, I can't take that chance to wait around. I was hesitant to come and try them out, you know. But after she told me about some other customers who was doing well, so I decided to try the juice. And about a month later, all the tingling in my foot was gone. Yeah, so it really works. You know, it gave me energy. And one great thing about those juice, what they did was they changed my entire appetite. So you don't see me around my families on Sundays anymore eating this peas and rice and chicken and macaroni and potato salad.
After I eat a dinner, I used to be craving for ice cream, soda, biscuit. And since I started drinking natural juice 5 years now, I crave for natural stuff. Like when I finish eating, I'll eat an orange or apple or some grapes. I wouldn't crave for nothing to harm my body, like ice cream, sugar, cake. It just helped me to stick to the natural stuff more.
While these success stories are good, herbalist Donna Flowers says to keep them coming, the government must consider making nutritional ingredients like apples and oranges more affordable in local food stores.
Like I went to Solomon's, so I spent like $130 there just on the stuff. Then I went to Rupert Roberts Super Value, spent another $200 there. So you have to bounce around to get certain things. Now you have this whole 12% VAT on everything, so it is expensive. But see, I prefer to pay now than to pay later. Only one time I can pay, and that's the funeral loan. I can't afford to pay the doctor and the funeral loan. By eating the right food, both of these men are not only able to prevent several non-communicable diseases, but live healthy and productive lives. 12 schools from 4 Bahamian islands, that's what you can expect at the 3rd annual Music Project competition. It's something organizers say you don't want to miss.
The Music Project is a high school pop band competition for students in grades 10 through 12 throughout the Bahamas, so no island is left behind. Each participating school is paired with notable Bahamian musicians and entertainers for our mentorship program and our learning sessions, which culminates on a first day of competition with students performing a traditional Bahamian song, a cover song, and an original song the students would have written in 3 months leading up to the competition day.
And if that doesn't pique your interest, maybe this list of prizes will.
Winners of the Music Project can expect to receive $2,000 for a 3rd place finish, $3,000 for a 2nd place, and the 1st place winners receive a week-long summer program at Berklee College of Music in Boston.
Now, you know, Fisher, I'm supposed to be getting my natural juice from Donna sometime this week. Hopefully you'll join me in getting some juice.
I really need some of those because the guy there made an interesting quote that he don't go around family members on Sunday no more for food. So probably I need some of that for some of my family members so they won't come around on Sunday no more for food so I can watch my football game in peace. And I'm going to get in trouble for that, but...
Yes, you will. What's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, it's a big day in softball because the private schools will begin their championships over at Freedom Farm in all divisions, juniors through seniors.
That story and more ahead in sports.
ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Watch our live channel to keep up with what's going on in the nation. News updates, we've got you covered. Tune into our radio stations with just a swipe. On the road, on the go, we're here with you. Available for download on the App Store and the Google Play Store.
Hi guys, I'm Bodine and I'm here in Exuma, one of the stops on our new show, Fabulous Living, Bahamian Style.
We are here to celebrate domestic tourism with the Out Island Promotion Board. We'll be going to some of the coolest islands in our Bahamian archipelago, where I'll be exploring all of the must-see, must-do places and elegant properties, and dining on the most delicious dishes made by the most talented chefs out of the best Bahamian ingredients. Join me right here for Fabulous Living, Bahamian Style, exclusively on the ZNS Network, and tune in every week as we travel the fabulous islands of the Bahamas together.
Was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Good Monday morning once again. The University of the Bahamas men's basketball team losing both of their games this weekend to the U.S. Virgin Islands Buccaneers. The Mingos playing at the Kenneth Isaacs Gym lost the opener on Friday, 91-74, and then again on Saturday, just did not have enough legs. Coach Parker Stroll felt they gave it their all, but just fell down in some areas.
We didn't want to lose both games this weekend, but, you know, I think quick turnaround of the games, the legs were kind of dead. The guys gave it their very best. We got some things we got to tighten up on the offensive end. The ball is sticking, we're not moving it as fluidly as we want to. But all in all, I thought we learned a lot from last night's loss, and we put it in effect today. And I think the score tells us that, you know, we played a whole lot better game today than last night.
Now the private school softball championships will get underway this afternoon at Freedom Farm. Juniors go first at 4 with Charles W. Sanders playing Queens College girls, and for the boys, Sac against Queens College. Senior boys should be a good one with the Big Red Machine rolling in against the high-flying Comets of QC.
It's going to be a showdown. We're going to come out there and give them our all. We're not nervous. We're coming out with everything we have.
You know, it's their rivals, you know. We got to put on a show for the guys, you know.
The senior girls match up an old rivalry. The Jolly Green Giants of St. John's playing the Big Red Machine.
I believe that our team is very talented. I believe that we work the hardest. I believe that we have the most heart. So what we have is what we're going to show during championships. Feels so we're going to come out with the victory. We got this.
The Bahamas will once again be represented at the World Softball Co-Ed Cup. The team leaves later on this week for Plant City, Florida, for the tournament November 14th through the 19th. The team has been working out for several weeks now under the eyes of manager Derek Ducky J. Christney.
Practice is going well, and we had a number of people came with the practice. We have addition to the team, Alcott Forbes, this Ricky P.J. Johnson, Philip Johnson, and so he guess he'll help us well in the infield. Well, this could be our fourth consecutive year going down there, and I think we have put together a stronger team than we had the last year. In fact, the last 3 years. The last time we went to the championship and we lost to Canada in the championship by 1 run, hoping we'd see them again, but unfortunately, I don't think they'll be showing up this time.
I think we have an awesome chance. This is our 4th year, but actually my 3rd year, and each year we have definitely been up there, gold and silver. So this time we're definitely going to bring back the gold again.
Now make sure to tune into the OT on 1540 AM, 104.5 and 810. Those executives from the Bahamas Government Departmental Softball Association will be my guests once again on the OT on radio. So make sure to tune into that. And I gotta avoid LaDawn. She makes me say some of the wrongest things on television. LaDawn, no more for the rest of the week.
Radio man. Oh, not the cool one.
Busted! Busted! Don't you know you guys are breaking the law by not using your seat belts?
Man, Charlie, man, I'm using my seat belt.
Wrong!
The seat belt is not for opening your alcoholic drink. It is for saving lives.
And by the way, for those of you who continue to drink and drive, we're on the lookout for you too.
More Bahamians are being encouraged to get involved in fishing and farming in an overall view of growing our agriculture industry, putting the Bahamas in a better position to not only feed ourselves, but create a sustainable food chain of produce for export. Hello, I'm Carla Palmer. In the next episode of Agriculture Now, we'll explore the potential of the fisheries sector. Join me on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. for Agriculture Now. That's Agriculture Now on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
As an artist, I travel all over the world and I find inspiration all around me. In the people, and especially the environment. I love the Bahamas with all its natural beauty. From Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south and all the wonderful and colorful islands in between. But we must all do our part to keep the Bahamas healthy and clean, now and for the future generations. That's why I want you to find a little time to do your part. I'm doing my part because I care. Do you?
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
More Bahamians are being encouraged to get involved in fishing and farming in an overall view of growing our agriculture industry, putting the Bahamas in a better position to not only feed ourselves, but create a sustainable food chain of produce for export. Hello, I'm Carla Palmer. In the next episode of Agriculture Now, we'll explore the potential of the fisheries sector. Join me on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. for Agriculture Now. That's Agriculture Now on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. and Saturdays at 9 a.m. on the ZNS Television Network.
In our final look at weather, we are watching a tropical wave to the east of the Leeward Islands, and this could impact our weather during the middle part of this week. And as you can see, lots of showers and thunderstorms associated with the system, and the forecast models are suggesting that it will make that track towards the west. We have two scenarios here. One, it could either move just slightly to the south of the southeast Bahamas, or even just slightly to the east of our islands in the southeast. But nevertheless, the cone is bringing it right into the southeast Bahamas sometime on Wednesday. Thereafter, it is expected to make a shift towards the north. Should that shift take place, that will certainly keep it away from the more populous islands of the northwest Bahamas, and we're certainly hoping that that happens. But whatever happens to this system, we anticipate that it will bring some heavy showers and thunderstorms to the southeast Bahamas during the middle part of this next week. So we advise you to stay tuned and keep abreast with what's happening with this system. Today, we are going in for a beautiful day, nevertheless, mostly sunny and breezy, a high temperature around 88 degrees tonight. The weather's going to be just nice with a few clouds and mild conditions, low temperature getting down to 75 degrees. Your extended weather forecast, again, wonderful weather right into a Wednesday, even Thursday. That's for us in the northwest Bahamas. The showers should not get to us until Thursday night, heading into Friday morning, and it should linger around into Saturday as well. So there you have it, a strong tropical wave heading our way, which could possibly develop into a tropical cyclone within the next 3 to 4 days, so we advise you to stay tuned. LaDawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. And just before we go, we would like to send out a very special shout out to all of our viewers over there in picturesque Harbor Island, especially Melvina Davis, who watches religiously every morning at 7 a.m. And that does it for the morning edition. Thank you so much for waking up with us. Once again, I'm LaDawn Davis. See you right back here tomorrow morning.